Hi, it's Tim Deere. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make a wonderful fresh egg pasta dish made with penne pasta. I've got about 500 grams here, and that's going to be enough for two. Have a little look at that. So that's the fresh egg pasta. That's not the dried nasty stuff. But what we're going to put with it also is some beautiful grated grana padano, some really nice quality pesto, green pesto, lovely product I've discovered, fiery chili pesto. Fiery chili pesto, that goes in fantastic and it gives it a really nice kick. And of course, the more you add, the more of a kick you get. I'm going to put some sliced Colossus green olives in, and I'm going to slice them so that you can kind of have quite a lot in there, and then you'll find them every now and again, almost every second mouthful of pasta, you'll bite into one of those. If you like olives, you'll like those. Some dried oregano. Of course, some olive oil. What would we do without olive oil? A cheap and cheerful pizza seasoning, just from my local supermarket. That's got lots of ingredients. So in here we've got sea salt, oregano, chili flakes, garlic, dried olives, and dried basil. What else? Ooh, a bit of a mystery ingredient. Hickory liquid smoke. What about that? That adds an unbelievable background layer. You just got to try it. I am quite snobby about paprika. I love this brand, Carmencita's. Everything they do, I find, is absolutely delicious, and it's really sweet, really rich. It's a really nice, I would say, a really, really nice paprika. Of course, we'll be using some fresh basil, tomato puree, some baby plum tomatoes. Again, nothing amazing about these, just from a local supermarket. Baby plum tomatoes. I'm going to slice those, but you'll see that when I start. I'm going to make it a tuna base. Before you think, ugh, that's not going to be very nice. It is amazing. Don't forget what we're putting with it. All those lovely fiery chili things, the red pesto, the green pesto, the grana padano, the oil, the olive oil, the olives. It's just, there's so many flavors here to help this tuna, but the tuna punches its weight. It punches above its weight. This permeates right throughout the whole dish, and every mouthful you get will be underpinned by this really nice, this lovely Mediterranean strength of the flavor of the tuna. But if you're not a big tuna fan and I can't convince you, another thing you can do is you can roast some ham, or bake some ham, or boil some ham, or buy some ham. Carve this up and put it into like slices, like little strips of ham, and just put as much of that as you like in the same dish. Get rid of the tuna. It doesn't change anything else. Put this in instead of tuna. All the other ingredients stay, and it's absolutely delicious. In fact, this was the first way I cooked this dish. I used ham, and that's what inspired me to want to make a video of it. And then since then, I made it with tuna, and I thought, oh, this has got some competition together. So follow me. So the first thing I'd say is get all your knives sharp. I love my little knife set. This is a Zelly. I've had them years. They're fantastic. And I bought this Chef's Choice knife sharpener. Just about 10 or 12 of these. And then into the Honer. How simple is that? Fantastic. That's sharp. I've got my little paring knife here also, a Zellite. Fantastic. Love that. This is not a sponsored mention. I'm just telling you, I absolutely love my knives. A little bit of run up and down on those diamond rollers onto the Honer. That's done. Brilliant. Two sharp knives. So the way you build up this dish is by just putting all the ingredients into a big Tupperware bowl, something like this, and you just put all of the ones I showed you there, except for the penne pasta, that boils separately. So we've got about 200 grams of those baby plum tomatoes. I'm just going to slice those. So that's about 200 grams of tomatoes. This 500 grams of penne pasta would probably, if I'm honest, serve 3 people. So the next thing we're going to put in is the fiery chili pesto. See about that much? That's a really good heaped and a quarter of the fiery chili pesto. Now a teaspoon of the green pesto, nice heaped teaspoon there. That's delicious, isn't it? A couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. There we are, delicious. So onto the pizza seasoning, about 1 teaspoon of that. Again, nothing set in stone. If you like more of that, when you smell it, put more in. And now the paprika. This was the Carmencita one. Good heaped tablespoon of that. I've got 125 grams of these Colossus olives. The stones aren't in, so I'm just going to slice those now. Probably about 4 or 5 millimeters thick. That's enough, I think, to go in there. We're going to just pop those in. Let's just give that a little tumble around. So we've got a tablespoon of tomato puree. Found this really brilliant little gadget for draining tuna. Just press that in like that. And there you go. Fantastic, drained tuna. We've left a little bit of the tuna juice in, but not much. It's basically dry. That's about 120 grams of tuna, or a small tin. A quarter of a teaspoon of this hickory liquid smoke in there now. Again, it's like everything, do it to taste. I think we are not far off ready. This is basically going to be poured onto the penne pasta once it's cooked. So despite all those lovely, rich, strong Mediterranean flavours, the basil, when it's torn up, just torn roughly and put into the pasta, it will just come to the forefront. I've just thrown the basil into the mix, and we're going to give that a stir around just before we roll it into the hot pasta when it's cooked. We're going to grate some grana padano into that base mix as well. Heaped teaspoon of oregano, just dried oregano. So meanwhile, I've put about 3.5 litres of cold water onto boil now, salted it, and that's what we're going to put the penne pasta. It's nicely boiling now. We're going to add the penne. That will only take about 5 minutes to cook. Do not overcook it. Keep it nice and al dente. Drain it, and then roll it in olive oil. Then add the sauce we've been making. So the 500 grams of egg pasta penne, in it goes. Bring that to the boil, let it lightly boil for about 5 minutes and drain it straight away. And tumble that around. That's not going to stick or dry out. The last thing you do is all of the ingredients that we put together earlier now all just get poured into that. First thing we'll do, we'll leave that now for 5 minutes and then we'll serve it. That's delicious. Try it.